I'm at the airport in Calgary, leaving, and yeah, they got me through really quick, so now I'm gonna have to wait for a very long time. I didn't have a chance to edit my video, so maybe I'll do that while I'm waiting. I was out here late last night wiring up this PID controller, and at the end of it, I was having a bit of difficulty getting it set up. It's not turning on the SSR. There's no light coming on it. I used a 9-volt battery and jumped power to these wires, and the light does come on when I do that. So for whatever reason, I'm not actually getting a signal, or I'm not getting power from the controller. I thought I had it figured out because of the diagram on the side of it. I thought I got confused and hooked the polarity up backwards. But yeah, the light's still not coming on. So there must be something else happening. So I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on. What I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to pull these wires off of the SSR and see if there's actually any power coming out of it. I recently made a video talking about how no matter what I buy, I always get screwed over in some way. And this is just about the perfect example of that. So, we'll take a quick look at this. We're gonna look at the 4 and 5 SSR connectors. So you see that there's a 3 one that is supposed to be empty, or there's no indication of what the 3 is for. And then there's a 4 positive and 5 negative for the SSR. But if you look at the back of this, you see there's a 3 and a 4 with screw connectors, but the 5 is actually empty. I was thinking that I was crazy, so what I tried at first was hooking up the 3 and the 4 with the 4 is positive, and then I tried checking power, and I was getting like very low millivolts. Anyway, now that I've got it pulled out of the case, you can see that this is the number 3, 4, and 5 connectors. The number 3 connector goes up here. This is one with a screw terminal. This one, the number 5, didn't have any screw terminal on it. So the number 3 goes up here, and you can see there's nothing actually soldered in there. That is actually an empty terminal. And if we turn that around, you can see on the back side, there's actually nothing there at all. The number 4 terminal has one resistor connected to it, and the number 5 terminal has a resistor connected to it. So this thing was assembled incorrectly from the factory. I'm gonna try moving the terminal from number 3 to number 5, and we'll give this another try. It took a little bit of struggling, but I was able to get the connector here into the number 5 spot. So now I'm going to put this back together, give it a try, and see if it works. There is a little red light that says input right there. And when I plug this in, that should turn on if I've made the correct changes. So, the light came on. Look at that, folks. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm pretty good at figuring things out. I now have the oven switch turned up high enough so that when this turns on, it should actually get power through the oven switch and work. So let's see what happens. Go to set, go over to here, go up to 2, which will make it 24. Hit set again. Oh, I hear it cycling on and off. Seems to be working. That is heating up quite slowly. It's only outputting like at 1 hertz, if that. It's cycling on and off every time the green light comes on. So the heater element is only on a very, very short period of time. I'm not going to keep recording this because apparently it's going to take forever. So I'm going to have to change some of the parameters so that this cycles on for a lot longer. I turned on the oven to try to give a little boost of heat in the garage, and I forgot to turn on this switch, so it hasn't actually been doing anything. We'll see if it works now. This thing is impressive. It is now sneaking up on 104 Celsius, which is the target temperature. You can see the oven, or the controller has actually turned off. There's no more flashing light. All right, so it's reached 103. Let's see how much it keeps climbing. I don't know where it actually turned off because I was busy doing other things. It has now reached 104. It'll probably overshoot a little bit, I'm assuming, because it's only done this once before, I think, maybe twice. $104. It's gotta go up to like 107 or something. There's no way it learned that quick. Okay, this is crazy. There's no way it's that accurate. Okay, I'm gonna stop recording, and if it shoots over, I'll let you guys know. Okay, it's been a few minutes, and probably 4 minutes, and it actually went up to 105, so it probably won't. Oh, it's starting to turn on. I just saw it flick on for a second. There it goes. It's actually, there we go. Oh my God, this thing is smart. It knows that it's gonna start cooling down, so now it's cycling the power on and off. This thing is impressive. In one cycle of heating up, it learnt where to shut off, and it only overshot by 1 degree Celsius. I am very, very impressed with this. That is awesome. What is that awful noise? Oh my goodness, it's cold. Okay, so I planned on coming back out into the garage and doing a live stream of changing the jets on the X2. I found out that I do have some jets for the carburetors, but Megan ended up sending me a text message saying that she was coming home and that she was gonna bring food, so she brought food home and I ate, and now it's 11:30 and I'm leaving tomorrow evening to go back to Labrador, and I'm already quite tired, but I know if I lay down I'm not going to be able to get to sleep just because my brain's going to be racing. So I figured I'd come out into the garage, change the jets on the carburetor. It's not going to take that long to do, I don't think, and yeah, I'll probably take a few clips of what I'm doing. I now have the carburetors removed, taken apart, and the jets removed from the carburetors, and I've got the new jets here. The 125 goes in the front and the two 120s go in the middle and the rear. And so I'm going to get that set up. Quasar came out to visit. It is currently minus 28 Celsius, so he didn't hang around outside at all. He just ran straight for the garage. I've now got the jets installed in the carburetors and got them all put back together. And I looked up the adjustments on the carbs. I'm going to do them the stock adjustments. So I'm going to adjust them according to the manual and then go from there and hope that I don't have to do a lot of adjustments, because adjusting these really sucks. When they're on the ski, you can't really do it. You got to take them off to do any adjustments. I've got all my empty boxes put over here and I've done a little bit more cleaning up. I got to come out tomorrow and do a little bit more. But I've decided that I'm actually not going to put the carburetors on this thing and start it up. I've got it all put together. I've got the jets all put in and have the carbs put together. I have them adjusted. I have a note here telling me that they're adjusted and ready to go on. And the reason why I'm not putting them on is because this engine was only put in here so that I could hear what it sounded like with the water box. I accomplished that and a little bit more. What's going to happen next, when I come back in the spring, I will be pulling this out. I need to finish a little bit of fiberglass work in the bottom of the hull here. Then hopefully I can get the inside painted up. I'll probably just paint the inside of it all black. But I hope that in the spring I will actually be able to run this thing. So coming back March 15th-ish, and I'm hoping that I will be able to quickly take a mold of this top piece so that I can get rid of that, because that doesn't need to be done to actually test it on the water. All I need to do basically is put the pump back on, pump ride plate, center bearing, drive shaft, and then to run it, basically hook up the cooling into the water box and into the pipe. So I need to do a little bit of welding there. And rightfully, before I take it out, I should have some bilge pumps on it. So I'll probably make some carbon fiber brackets to mount bilge pumps on. This hole needs to be plugged. So I'll have to plug that. There's a few things that I'll probably patch up before I take it out to do any testing. But yeah, I still need to do a substantial amount of work to this, but not nearly as much as I've already done. I've also come up with an idea for a custom seat latch. I'm no longer going to use the crappy OEM X2 one. So I've come up with a couple of ideas that I can retrofit onto other skis. So I'll maybe work on that sometime in the summer. But believe it or not, you might not think so by looking at it, but it is fairly close to being able to take it out onto the water and test it. So that is pretty exciting stuff. Unfortunately, I am going to be gone for the next 2 months, so you guys won't be seeing any more of this for a while. Quasar's having a good old time on top of Megan's car, playing with a ball of tape. And you're not going to get to see any of him for a little while either, and I won't, which is unfortunate. He's a pain in the butt, but he's fun as well. Quasar and I are going to go in the house and get cleaned up. He's already headed for the door. He's had enough of this. I checked the temperature before I came outside. It's minus 27 degrees. I'm very happy about the way the temperature control, the PID, went on the oven. So thanks to everyone who helped out with that, and especially Extreme Shock and Lucas for pointing out that I should be using one of those. I'm at the airport in Calgary, leaving, and yeah, they got me through really quick, so now I'm gonna have to wait for a very long time. I didn't have a chance to edit my video, so maybe I'll do that while I'm waiting. I was just trying to record a video, but I think I might have just took a picture of myself. I'm in Montreal at the airport. I've got a long flight ahead of me to Labrador, and it's going to be, it's currently 9:40 a.m. ish, and I'm going to get to Labrador at about 4:30 p.m. and I've been up since Wednesday morning. It's currently Friday. So, yeah, I'm gonna be pretty exhausted.
During the warning, we would like to advise you the following mandate during Transport Canada. All customers are required to wear a face covering over your mouth and nose while boarding and during your flight. You will be required to remove any face covering for ID validation. We will be starting boarding in a few minutes. We might have about 15 to 30 minutes delay. Thank you.
2 hublots à la rangée 10. Chaque sortie est bien indiquée par une enseigne. Veuillez noter la sortie la plus proche de vous, ainsi que la sortie alternative.
Yep, just arrived at the airport. Nobody here. All right, folks, I made it to Labrador City, and the management at PWR are taking good care of me. I showed up here and the kitchen is fully stocked. We've got some mild Italian sausages here, which I'm gonna cook up. We got some chocolate chip muffins, cookies, cupcakes, and the fridge is fully stocked. I'm not able to go get groceries, so that was mighty nice of them to stock the fridge for me. I've got breakfast food. I got stuff to make French toast, eggs, bacon. I got some, what do you call those things? Some sort of egg pastry thing. They look delicious. Got chocolate milk and milk. All sorts of frozen food. So I am set for a few days here. Got some stuff in the cupboard there. So I'm gonna cook myself up some sausages. The temperature was turned down in the house because nobody was staying here, so it's a little chilly. I can't do the COVID test until it warms up to 18 Celsius, a minimum of 18 Celsius. So I've got it all out, and I just turned the heat up and waiting for that to happen. Once I get something in my belly, then maybe I'll start editing some video. I was just cooking up some supper, and I came in here to set a timer on my phone because the stove doesn't have a timer built onto it. And I decided to check the temperature here to see what it was like compared to Calgary. So Calgary is pretty cold. It's like minus 22 Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's cold. So I checked the temperature here. It is minus 32 and dropping. Labrador City issued an extreme cold warning 2 hours ago. So I don't know what the temperature is going to drop to, but it is currently minus 32 Celsius. So that would explain partly why it's a little bit chilly in here, and I'm wearing a hat inside. But yeah, anyway, I'm probably gonna end up having to do my COVID test in the kitchen because it'll be warm enough in here shortly from cooking and having the heater on. Yeah, So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, check what I have on the go. First meal back in Labrador. We've got some medium spicy Italian sausage with some mixed vegetables. Just doing up a little stir fry. And to finish it off, once it gets a little bit, I don't know what you call this, seared or crisp, fried, whatever, I'm going to put a little bit of this stuff in. I'm going to do a COVID test. I'm not going to record all of it, obviously, because it takes some time, but so 2 centimeters would be here. Yeah, that's just a joke for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It is going to make my eyes water and probably will make me sneeze, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In the other direction, other nostril. 1, oh, this one's more sneezy too. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3. All right, just watching some Beyond the Press on YouTube. And the timer just went on my phone. So let's go find the results of my test. C, red. 1 line at the C mark, no line at the T mark. Continue your testing schedule. Negative result. I always try to get through my intros and outros in one take. And it's really tricky on this phone because the screen is so far off from where the camera is, I can tell that my eyes are crooked, and it annoys me. But anyway, let's see if I can get it this time, because it's already been a few. It is currently Sunday evening. I arrived here Friday evening in Labrador City, and I've now completed 3 COVID tests in total, which all came back negative, so that's good news. Regardless of that, I am in isolation for a total of 5 days. So I'm in isolation for a couple more days before I need to return to work, or before I can return to work. And so yeah, I haven't been doing a whole lot. I planned on releasing a video today, but I got a little bit sidetracked trying to release my next video, or trying to work on my next video, which was supposed to be about the cost of the X2. I've kind of planned this video for a little while and assumed that all the records would be on my QuickBooks, because I pay for a QuickBooks Online account, and well, it's supposed to keep all of my expenses in there. But of course, because nothing ever works out smoothly for me, that information isn't there. So now I either have to pay somebody to enter it or enter it myself manually, which is going to be a bit of a pain. But anyway, that hardly matters for this video because this one's almost over. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen the latest Jet Ski Brothers video on the mini aluminum jet boat, go check that out because it is going to be an absolute screamer. I can't wait to hear that thing. I've been hanging out here eating lots of stir fry, which is actually cooling off because this took me about, I don't know, 10 takes now. So I'm going to end the video before I can screw it up anymore. I'm not sure what's going to be next, and I'm not sure when it's going to be. But I have made it safely to Labrador. I hope you are all well, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care, and I'll see you next time.